Imagine this. You walk into a room and she looks at you for a moment longer than usual. Not because you begged for her attention, not because you tried too hard, but because something about you pulls her in without you saying a word. That is what today is about. How to attract her without chasing. How to make her lean in without you having to lower your value. And it all starts with the energy you bring into her life. Let me take you into a story. There was a guy named Leo. Cool guy, funny, a good heart, but he chased too much, not in a dramatic way, just in that eager way where he always seemed too available. The moment she texted, he jumped to reply. The moment she hinted she might hang out, he opened his schedule like he was waiting all week for that one moment. And the more he did that, the more she pulled away. She took hours to reply. He replied instantly. She canceled plans. He pretended he was fine. She gave him crumbs. He accepted them with a smile. Until one day, she just vanished. No explanation, no goodbye, just gone. That moment broke him a little, but it also woke him up, because when someone leaves like that, it makes you question why you were giving so much in the first place. So instead of chasing her again, he did something different. He turned his attention inward. He started living again. He picked up hobbies he had forgotten about. He hit the gym. He upgraded his style. He spent time with his friends. He laughed more. He slept better. He stopped checking his phone every 2 minutes, not because he was trying to impress her, but because he remembered who he was before he started orbiting his entire world around one girl. Months passed, and then the unexpected happened. She texted him a simple message. "Hey stranger." That message only comes when someone starts wondering about you. And she did. She wondered where he went. She wondered why he stopped chasing. She wondered why he looked happier in his new photos. See, that is the secret no one tells you. When you focus on your life, your presence becomes more attractive than any line you could ever say. When she feels that your world is full, even without her, that is when she feels pulled toward you. Attraction is not about begging. It is about value, not money, not status. Your value, your energy, your confidence, your discipline, the way you move, the way you speak, the way you choose your priorities. When a man has direction, he becomes magnetic. Women notice the man who has somewhere to go more than the man standing still, waiting for attention. A lot of guys think the way to get a woman to chase is to pretend to be unavailable. But pretending is weak. You do not need to fake anything. Just live in a way that makes you genuinely unavailable at times. You have a life, you have friends, you have goals, you have a schedule. When you answer her, you answer with calm energy, not rushed, not desperate. You are not ignoring her. You are simply balanced, and balance is more attractive than any act of coldness. This is where many men fail without realizing it. They want her so badly that they move too fast. They overtext, they overexplain, they overpursue, and the more they push, the more she feels like the mystery is gone. Humans do not chase what feels guaranteed. They chase what feels earned. They chase what feels valuable. And you become valuable by focusing on the world you are building, not the girl you are trying to impress. Picture this. She sends you a message. She takes her time with it. She might be testing her influence. She might be distracted. She might just be living her life, whatever the reason. She is not rushing, so you do not rush either. You reply when you are ready, not in a rude way, because you are not watching the clock waiting for her to show up. You are moving, you are living, and when you respond with that calm energy, she feels it. She feels the difference between a man who is constantly available and a man who has things going on. You do not need to play games. Games come from insecurity. You are not hiding. You are simply showing that your life has structure, that you have boundaries, and that composure is what makes her lean in. Another thing, stop trying to entertain her all day. Stop trying to prove that you are funny. Stop telling her everything about your day. Leave space. When she does not know everything about you, she becomes curious. Curiosity is what makes people move closer. When she wonders what you are doing, where you are going, who you are becoming. That is when she starts thinking about you. And the moment she thinks about you, she starts chasing in her own way a question, a text, a compliment, a plan. It starts small, but it grows. Women are drawn to men who have a strong presence, and presence is not loud. A man who is comfortable in silence is more powerful than a man who uses words to fill every second. A man who listens more than he speaks. A man who looks her in the eyes without flinching. A man who does not rush to impress. Presence comes from building yourself. When you work on your body, your mind, your goals, your posture changes. Your tone changes. Your confidence becomes rooted in real things, not hopes. Remember what happened when Leo saw that girl again? She was the one doing most of the talking. She kept looking at him, trying to understand what changed. She asked him where he had been, what he had been doing, why he looked so different, and he did not try to brag. He simply spoke like a man who knew himself. She could not get enough. She was chasing, and the reason she chased was simple. He became a man who respected himself, a man who did not need her validation to feel complete. That is the key. Never need her. Wanting someone is natural. Needing someone creates pressure. Neediness pushes people away. But want is attractive. Want is free, but need is heavy. When you want her without depending on her, your energy becomes easier to be around. She does not feel responsible for your happiness, and that makes her feel safe leaning in. So how do you make her chase? You build a life that pulls her in. You create standards. You hold your frame. You stay curious about her without making her your only focus. You take your time replying because your schedule matters. You stay calm even when she tests your patience. You smile. You stay grounded. You become the kind of man she cannot replace easily. When you move like that, something shifts. She starts texting first. She asks more questions. She sends longer messages. She wants to see you. She wants your presence. She wants your attention, not because you begged for it, but because she felt drawn to it. Attraction should never feel like chasing someone who is running away. Attraction is a dance, and when you move with confidence, she naturally follows your rhythm. So live with purpose. Carry yourself like a man who chooses his life. Speak like a man who knows what he brings. Smile like a man who has nothing to prove. And watch how quickly she steps toward you. If you're vibing with this, hit that subscribe button. Join the squad. I drop real valuable video every day that actually helps you level up. Don't miss the next one. Subscribe and lock in. And if you want to grow your relationship life, watch next video. I'm waiting you there.